welcome back to my channel. I know it's still very hoarse, so please forgive me. Forgive me for all the background noises. But I'm just so excited. Like, life has just been like life again, and I don't even know, and I want to cry every moment that I think about it, but it's all happy tears. It's also happy tears. So first of all, I got a new coffee drink. A friend just brought me a coffee drink from the, it's called Scooters, and it's in the hospital. They had an appointment and decided to treat me to a coffee. This is kind of like a mocha with a drizzle, which I normally don't get the extra drizzle, but hey, you know, somebody gives you a gift. So, enjoy. And it's so good and it's so sweet. I feel like coma any minute. Anyhow, hi. I miss you so much. I am going to use my voice today because I kind of almost need to irritate it. I have a second follow-up appointment with the ENT. So I really didn't get a chance to fill you guys in on anything because I couldn't talk. So what happened was, Lisa had a cold when I was at Texas. She developed a cold kind of like in Texas. So she wore her mask, I wore my mask, but if obviously she had it, she had it and could transmit it before she knew she had it. And we're very, very grateful that she must have transmitted it sometime when the baby was there. And thank God she didn't. The baby's fine and the mom is fine and everything. So everybody's fine at the baby's house. But, you know, I guess my compromised immune system caught it. And it's kind of weird because I really haven't had a cold in years. Mostly they're just allergy-induced sinus infections that I get. I call it my biannual sinus infection. It's funny because I actually said that to the ENT and she was like... So, excuse me. So I had, as you know, the first couple of days I was just very hoarse. I had a lot of coughing, a lot of nasal congestion. She prescribed something to me to help me with the post-nasal drip, which I just realized I forgot to take this morning. Excuse me. Because I was trying to leave it someplace where I could remember it, and it's in the medicine drawer. You guys have no idea. Since I have been able to do things without a brace on, I feel like a person again. Now, my bed isn't perfectly made. My bed is like not picture perfect made. But the fact that I was able to pull my covers up and just like lean over a tiny bit and pull the covers up and do that, that's enough for me. My walker doesn't fit her on the other side of the bed, which we were talking about switching, but Jim said no, just as long as I can still get my walker through here. He wants me to keep it this way, but I can't quite get to his side of the bed to fix it. So excuse me while I do my nose spray. Tissue? Tissue, I don't even know you. Wipe it off and put it away. I want to keep it here. So, I'll throw the tissue out, so I'm good. It's all good, it's all good. So she gave me something for the post-nasal drip. Hi, sweetheart. She gave me something for the post-nasal drip, which is helping. It's helping stay the cough away, but obviously when you take it, you cough because you have to pull that in to your sinus cavity to actually make it work. So, anyhow, oh my goodness, you guys, what an amazing, amazing, amazing feeling it is to be free and independent. And I've cleaned the bathroom and not well, I'm not gonna lie. I said to my home health aide, I was like, my vision still sucks, so I thought like my garbage can was clean, and then when I moved it around, like I can see my better, like clearer with the peripheral, and I was like, what's that? And I go back and I had to go back over it again, but hey, it is what it is right now. I have a appointment with the eye doctor on Monday to get my shots. Hopefully the cough will be gone. I've had to constantly postpone because the cough, the eye doctor won't give you shots while you have an uncontrollable spastic cough or any uncontrollable spasms without sedating you, and I'm not going to get sedated to get eye shots. But so it's been a little bit over the month that I usually do it once a month, and it's been like about 6 to 7 weeks now. By the time I get it, it'll be 7 weeks. It's been 6 weeks now. So anyway, I am so freaking excited about life right now. Yesterday, my home health aide came, and it was the very first day of freedom. That's the way I like to talk it, of my emancipation from the brace. I didn't really get to talk to you much the day of the doctor's appointment, but the feeling was overwhelming, and it was kind of back and forth. So like if you didn't watch the video, I'm sorry, but the resident came in asking me all these questions. I showed him pictures of my rash. I told him what was going on. I showed them the rash pictures in the front, like the scars that I have now, but the pictures. And it's just what I told him. I said it's wherever it rubs. I showed him that I even had it between my legs because that rubs together. And he was like, by your scan, the doctor will look at your x-ray, but it looks like you may just get fitted for a new brace. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, at least it's not. I can get a new brace, and that's fine. So we took my brace off. He said, leave your brace off while you're sitting, and the brace was sitting on the chair. I think if you watched the little scan over video, it was on the chair next to Jim. And the doctor came in, and he was like, wow, I wish I would have known this was going on. I would have, I feel so bad. And I said, honestly, Doc, I said I wouldn't have been comfortable walking anywhere without it anyway until I got like my radiation treatment and been on chemo for a while. I know the tumor's shrinking, and I know the back has to heal. So this whole year has been challenging, but it's been important that I do these things. So anyway, I said, so don't feel bad that you didn't know. And he's like, how we didn't see you? And I was like, honestly, I had to look up a record to find out who you even were, because I had only met him for a second. Well, I think he said he met me for a second, but I was in the hospital on medication, so I'm not sure I remember that. But I remember his team came in a few times. So he's very, very handsome doctor. And he just said, we're just going to get rid of this. He's like, it's been a year. I looked at your thing. There's no evidence of fracture, no evidence of collapse. He's like, on the x-ray, we can't really see the tumor size, but we can see that the bone looks good, around it. So I was pretty excited. He goes, I'd like to get your first CAT scan so we can actually look at the tumor. And they couldn't fit me in that day, so they said they'll call me back once they get their peer-to-peer. And peer-to-peer basically is going to talk to the doctor group. And I know that I'm going to go for scans, so I'm going to get my full body CAT scan coming a couple of weeks, I think. We didn't schedule it yet. Usually I'll see my oncologist, and then he'll say, go ahead and schedule it. So probably the beginning of November, because I see him November 2nd, I think. I think it's next time I see him. So anyway, he said, if you want to take it, you can, to remember it or whatever. And I was like, no. And originally I said a bunch of things. I was like, I wanted to take it, and I wanted to make it into a planter, fill it with cement, make it into a planter. Then I was like, let's use it for Halloween. We could bury it in the ground. We could take some, the Dollar Tree skeleton arms and, make them sticking out of the ground. It's almost like a headless body. And I was like, Lisa said, is this a good memory that you want to keep? And I was like, no, it really isn't. Other than all my fun stickers. So then I took my camera and I took a video of all the stickers as you saw on the previous video. And then I just said bye, and I left it there. And I put my Jim's hoodie. I said I wanted to surprise Lisa. So I put Jim's hoodie over me like this because it was breezy out. And I pulled up to the car, and she had pulled in behind. So at this particular hospital, they have a valet drop off with a ramp. And there was a couple that pulled up to the ramp, but not in front of the ramp, but pulled up where his front of his car was at the end of the ramp. And he was trying to get his wife out and had questions. It's like, where do you park? And they have free valet, and I would recommend it so you can stay with your life the whole time. And he was like, thank you, that's a great idea. So we've been here a few times, and that's what we do. So Lisa pulled in behind him and was waiting there. And I rolled up to her because I was so excited to show her. And she's like, wait, I'll get to the ramp. I was like, I don't need the ramp. And I threw the jacket off. And she's like, well, I didn't mean you. I meant the wheelchair. And I was like, and she was like, oh, no more brace. She's like, I knew it. I knew they were going to tell you no more brace. So I still have restrictions. I still have twisting and bending restrictions. I still have tried to take it easy. Don't do too much walking at once. Because he actually said that even if the CAT scan looks good, but there is still tumor there, he may fit me for an LSO, which is just to support the lumbar and the sacrum. And he said just to wear for long activities, like long walks, or like shopping trips, or like if you Thanksgiving meal, you're cooking a Thanksgiving meal on your feet for a long period of time. So I still have restrictions, so there is that. I still have my grabbers because I'm not allowed to bend over, which I told him, I was like, I just want to hang at my waist and touch my toes. And he laughed, and I was like, that is my favorite stretch. It stretches out the hammies and the calf muscles. I said it stretches out my glutes and my back, and I just do it. I used to do it every single morning. And I just would hang at my waist every single morning, and I just cannot do it for over a year because I got the thing. I broke my leg. I'm going to tell you about Sorry about that. Got a phone call from the dermatologist's office. I'll tell you about that as well. So my back irritation is kind of like at a standstill. It's not really healing as fast as it was before I started the chemotherapy. But it is. I'm grateful that I'm not on any immunotherapy, and also mad that I'm not on any immunotherapy. So the combination really did help shrink tumors. We don't know right now what is happening with just the chemotherapy. We'll find out when we get scans next month. But the fact that I'm not on the immunotherapy, I'm not getting any new rashes, and I'm not getting the lips affected the way it was. It's just like the tongue. Even my cheeks aren't affected as bad as they were on both. It really is just my tongue. So it's good and bad. I don't know that it's bad necessarily. So far, we're just looking at that it's good. So my dermatologist, I just found out, is on maternity leave. I was like, she didn't even look like she was pregnant when I was there. And she was like, the nurse was like, us either. So I can see the covering doctor in December. But she sent me a link so I can send her pictures of what the back looks like. The covering doctor is actually a doctor from St. Louis who only comes once a week. But if I send him the pictures, at least he can monitor, compare them to the previous pictures, and see if there's anything I should be concerned about. So let's see what else. That's why I called the dermatologist. I don't remember where I left off, because after the dermatologist, Lisa called from the road, and I was talking to her for a while. So I don't really remember where I was. But today, yesterday, I'm probably all over the place, right? Yesterday, I did tons of work with my aide in the morning. I was cleaning, we were doing the crap. We did like all of this organizing stuff that I've been like dying to get done for a long time. And I did a lot of it, which I was really proud of myself for. I also broke down my nightstand. So I actually never even showed you the nightstand video that we made these nightstands, because I have to voice it over. But we took out the refrigerator because now I can get up and get snacks. Took out all the food using the table organizer on the side there for actual iPads and brushes and stuff. And then I have my water, my charger, my little bit of like meds that I need, PRNs, so they're there when I need them, and my tissue box. So that's my whole nightstand on the top. I do have a video I recorded us putting these tables together and showing you why we picked them and stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to do that voiceover sooner than later. But I don't want a permanent voiceover video to be in this voice. It sounds dumb, but I don't. I went to go wash my hands the first time I went to the bathroom, in my bathroom by myself. I stood at the sink and I washed my hands for a really long time, and then I started cleaning the sink. And the aide yelled to me and she said, "Are you cleaning?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "You're not supposed to overdo it." And I was like, "I know." So I just wiped the sink down, and it felt so good to do. I know it's crazy. It was just dusty, but it was so good to do it. And I just have been, every day I go and I do something a little extra. Like I bought, after Valentine's Day, I bought some Ray Dunn soap and lotion dispenser. That's in like a little soap dish from Sierra.com on clearance. And it just says like love and stuff. It doesn't say Valentine's Day. So I was like, I wanted this in my little Ray Dunn bathroom. Well, It's been sitting on the counter forever, and I was like, opened it, tried to unlock it, because you know, like you have the twisty pumps, you like have to twist them. Well, I got the lotion open. The other one, like the soap, was just spinning. I don't really have a good grip here, and I was like, maybe Jim can do it when he comes home. But I just parked that on the side, and I was like, you know, trying to do my little bit that I can do. I made my bed like I showed you, like when I got out of it. I just pulled the covers back the best I could. I'm still not really allowed to bend, so I didn't reach over for pillows or anything. So I just, you know, it is what it is, and I'm trying. I said I can. I have the bag that goes on the walker somewhere. We put it away. I was going to give it to a friend, and she never came back over. But we put it away somewhere, and I have to find it, because without it, I can't really carry anything and use the walker at the same time. I have this coffee cup holder. This is like, this is the coffee cup that Jill from Angel Creations made me. But I got these sleeves at Amazon. I got like 8 of them for like $8. It's like so cheap. But I wanted one with sunflowers on it. And this one's got a handle like this. So I can do is like I can hold this while I walk, as long as the coffee's not full. But really, I can't really carry anything. Anything with the strap, I can hang on the walker. I like my pocketbook and stuff. That's how I was getting to all the places yesterday. But yesterday, after we left here, I got in Lisa's car, which I was like so excited to get in. The Prius, so excited. And then we went to meet Mom at the Waffle House. I wore my mask. We went to the Waffle House. I had a beautiful breakfast with my mother-in-law and my best friend. And I just felt like me. I felt like a human being again. And then I got back in the car, and we picked up Jim, and we went to a store. I didn't go into the store because by that time I was exhausted. I did a lot in the morning, and walking to and from the store, to and from the restaurant, it just took a lot out of me, because, you know, she's like, we have to build your stamina. I was like, yes, but it's not really just always stamina, because some days I can run a marathon. And if it was a stamina thing, I would never be able to run a marathon until I built my stamina up to run a marathon. What it actually is it's my illness. Sometimes my blood isn't flowing properly, the good blood isn't flowing properly, or I just don't have the energy, or the medication has wiped me out, or any combination of such. So I just have been loving my life again. My back rash does hurt tremendously, but it hurts nowhere near as much as it did when I had a brace on. When I had the brace on, was just excruciating. Just to sweat, the way the brace makes you sweat. And I found this spray that I got from the hospital when I was cleaning out my medical bag. That is a spray barrier to keep the fluids off of the wound. And I was like, now I find it. Like, now I find it. You know, like now that I don't have a brace anymore. And the summer's over. I was like, now I found to keep the sweat out of the boo-boos. But, hey, you know, at least I know it exists if it ever happens again. So I do have a bit of discomfort in my right thigh, above my knee on the outside when I walk too much. So I know that I have to take it easy. Doctor did say, the orthopedist oncologist did say, don't rush it. And it's so hard to not want to just do it. I mean, like, obviously I want to do everything. It's so hard to not do everything that I want to do. Now that I know that I can. Here we go. We've given Jerry a tiny bit more permission, but we still have to hold her back. Like, yeah, buck in the reins. You know, pull back on the reins a little bit. So I am trying to do everything that I can within my power without pushing myself too far, too hard, without bending, without twisting, without walking too long. And I feel like I am. We did a whole little new setup over here. I wanted to put Mary's artwork, not these because I have these, but her easel picture. I put it up on my dresser up there on top, and her little cup, I put it up there. And we just switched the shelf out. I wanted to give Jimmy that white shelf that was here. And when we took, I bought a shelf for this area, but when we took the white shelf off, the screw, this was the extra one from the set we did the wall, the screw holes were absolutely on point. We didn't even have to do anything to them. And this just fit right in place, so I felt it was meant to be. And then I hung Mary's little art that she made me here. And then down here I put the schedule is over the rainbow. And then over here I have the nativity and the heart. And then down here where the shelf was, until I put the shelf back, as I have the sunflower. So, actually, she really knows her schedule now, but she wants me to leave it here still. So maybe I'll put it under the rainbow. She can move the rainbow if she needs. So it did. Sorry. What else did Jimmy do? Oh, he put the shelf up in the corner. So now if you stand at the foot of the bed, he's got his in his corner with his gnome. I have mine in my corner with my gnome. I have a Halloween gnome that I bought last year on clearance. The witchy gnome that was sent to us from a dear, dear friend. And I have Hedwig. And Jimmy's got the male gnome, the other gnome that I bought on clearance, and a little wolf that I bought him for our anniversary. Oh, no, Valentine's Day. And, you know, that's it right now. And I'm loving it. I have to go vote for my niece, but actually the contest is over. And they posted the results about an hour ago, so I'm just going to go. I'm going to tell you guys, I love you so much. I'm done with my coffee drink, but I love you so much. If nobody's told you that you're loved, you can please always come by and hear how much I love you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow and let you know how the ENT went today. But listen, as always, you take care. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Meow.